Hey, beautiful women of purpose. If you've been following along this month, you know that we've shifted from talking about formation to talking about alignment. Because once God begins forming the woman, there's a responsibility for her to learn how to walk in step with what He's doing in her now season. You're here probably because you know that you're called and you want to walk out the vision that God has placed in you with wisdom, discernment, and a faith that can sustain the weight of it. Hi, my name is Teresia V. Smithen-Quintana, and welcome to my channel, a space created to equip, encourage, and to walk with Christian women who carry vision and responsibility in this season. If you're new here, I am so glad that you're here. Please subscribe so you don't miss what we're building here together. For daily challenges, for Bible studies, and even devotionals, you can join me inside the Purpose and Calling app that is available in the Google and Apple Play Store. And if you're looking for a community with a deeper conversation, you're also invited to join me in the Lilies Among Thorns Society on the school platform. All right, let's get right in. Last week, we laid a foundation by defining what alignment actually was. It's agreement with what God is doing in the present season, right? And today we're going to be building on that foundation because alignment doesn't just affect direction, it affects what you carry internally. Scripture is clear that God is a God of order, okay? It says God is not a God of disorder, but of peace. So when alignment is off, the first place it often shows up is not in your circumstances, but it's in your inner world. Misalignment is often internal before it's external. And one of the reasons alignment is difficult to discern is because its effect doesn't immediately show up, okay? It shows up internally first, not on the outside all the time. And scripture gives us language of this, right? It says, hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a longing fulfilled is a tree of life. And that's in Proverbs 13. See, that heart sickness isn't just disappointment. It's prolonged tension between expectation and timing. It's what happens when effort and peace no longer move together. And not because God is absent, but because something is out of order. Order matters to God. Good intentions do not equally or automatically equal alignment. Okay? And throughout scripture, we see people acting sincerely, but still experiencing strain. King Saul is a clear example of this. In 1 Samuel 13, Saul steps in to offer a sacrifice because pressure is building, right? The people are anxious and time feels tight and the situation feels urgent. So he feels like he's got to do something. His intention is understandable, but his action is out of order. And the prophet Samuel tells him that you have done a foolish thing. You have not kept the command that the Lord your God gave you. That's in 1 Samuel 13. This moment wasn't about morality. It wasn't about whether Saul loved God. It was about alignment with God's instruction and timing. Alignment is not about motivation. It's about obedience to God's current direction. So let's talk about how misalignment manifests practically. When your alignment is off with God, it often looks something like you increase in effort, but having decrease in peace, confusion around what once felt clear, internal unrest despite external activity, spiritual fatigue that rest alone doesn't resolve. Okay, these are not failures, they are indicators. And scripture reminds us that God is not the God of disorder, but of peace. And we have to understand that. Internal disorder is often signals of there's misalignment going on. Discernment prevents burnout. Okay? Burnout is often framed as you doing too much, but biblically, burnout is frequently the result of doing the right things at the wrong time. And Jesus modeled this, okay? He modeled it, okay? In Luke 5, Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and he prayed, not because um, his ministry was wrong or anything, but because alignment required him to have discernment with God. When alignment is present, effort produces peace. When alignment is off, your effort is going to produce strain. And that's what many of us need to understand. Alignment doesn't remove the responsibility, it orders it. And so when responsibility is ordered, then peace follows. Next week, we're going to talk about what alignment requires once awareness is present, not from pressure, but from wisdom, and why release becomes necessary to remain in step with God. But for now, I want you to sit with this question. Ask yourself this: where might effort be replacing discernment in my life? Okay, that question has the power to restore peace in your life. It has the power to remove uh, the 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 discontent that you might be feeling. It has the power to remove you feeling overwhelmed. Okay, so take the time to sit with God. Go before Him today and sit with Him. All right, and I will see you in the next time. Thank you.